Alright, what's going on, guys? Try back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my first Q&A for the finale for Fear the Walking Dead Season 2. In this one, the first question is, Trev, do you think that Season 2 for Fear might end with a cliffhanger? And spoiler warning, of course, if you're not caught up, this was asked by BMT Prime. It sure as hell better not. Better not, man. If they end Fear Season 2 with a cliffhanger, I'm going to be legit pissed off. Because after that Season 7 cliffhanger, man, I'm still a little, I don't know. The cliffhanger for Negan, yeah, you guys know anyway. But they better not end Season 2 of Fear with a cliffhanger. I mean, either way, it's that type of series. It's a survival horror, so one way or another, it's probably going to kind of end with some kind of cliffhanger. I mean, of course, we know that it's you're going to have characters being killed off over the seasons, and we'll probably get at least one big character death, maybe two, for this finale. Death predictions videos posted. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can go ahead and discuss them there and give your thoughts on who you think it might be. But I think there should be some resolution to the stuff that's been happening in Mexico. If you look at Fear Season 2, at the start we have the Abigail and we're on the water and that for the first half, and then it transitions really nicely into a totally new environment with Mexico, and our group losing the compound with Celia, and now going from there is just kind of in disarray all over the place, and we're starting to have characters find each other and meet back up. So I think there'll be some resolution to all of that by the end of Season 2, but of course, there's going to be more stuff coming in Season 3. Obviously, it's already been confirmed that there will be a Season 3, so I don't think everything's going to be resolved at the end of the season. I don't think you'll have the entire group back together 100% in with Ophelia and possibly her dad if she finds him, with Nick and Luciana if she survives, we'll see, and with the group at the hotel. I don't think it's all going to be totally resolved. So there'll be some things that are going to be left over for Season 3, but man, I've really, really enjoyed Season 2 for Fear, and I'm excited for Season 3. We'll see when it premieres this year, if it's after The Walking Dead ends, if there's a space in between. I think it's a pretty safe bet to think that Fear Season 3 will probably premiere when Season 7 for The Walking Dead finishes, and it'll go straight through, and they'll do the same thing as they did with Season 2, which I love, because it eases the pain for, The Walking Dead ending, when, it's like pretty much the best show on TV. When the best show on TV ends, or at least one of them for basic cable, you could say. My favorite show ends with the original Walking Dead. We get to see Fear, which is another one of my favorites too. Right now on TV, I'm thinking like, what do I look forward to as much as Fear? There's lots of shows out there, but Walking Dead for me is number one. Then I'll probably go like Game of Thrones, and then Fear's up there. Fear's pretty close. Mr. Robot, shows like that. Fear's great, man. I really enjoy it. So I hope they don't have a huge cliffhanger, and I don't think they will. But there's going to be some unresolved things, I think, one way or another. It'd be hard for them to resolve everything by the time this finale comes up, I think. But you guys can write your comments below on what you think and how you would feel if they did a cliffhanger for Fear. They better not. Drama Boy 34 said there was not even one zombie in this episode for episode 13. And I'm going to say to you, Drama Boy, I didn't miss it. I didn't miss the fact that there was there was basically no zombies. There was background zombies, but there was no zombie kills really in terms of our group. I'm totally fine with it. I'm totally okay with it. I thought that the dynamics between Chris and Travis were so good, and everything that happened at the hotel was so well done. Fear is more of a drama, a series, and that's I think what it is at core, is a drama show in a zombie apocalypse. I think it's been that since the beginning of the series, and I'm totally fine with that. I love drama series. I love Breaking Bad. I mean, there's all kinds of other dramas that I do like. Another related question was from Hunter Van Skyok, and he says, "Hey Trev, have a Fear question. What weapons are the survivors using? With the exception of one switchblade that we saw Alicia use, I feel like nobody has a weapon. I would expect Madison, Strand, and Travis to have something, but we have seen nothing. I like Fear a lot, but I feel like the zombies and zombie kills are completely forgotten about in the story sometimes. Thanks, man, and keep up the great work." So you're right. I don't disagree with you, Hunter, and this is a tie-in with the previous one as we were talking about. With Fear's more drama-based approach versus The Walking Dead's action-based approach, and horror-based approach, I would say. More action, more horror, more focus on the zombies in The Walking Dead and on kind of the weapons. And if you want to talk weapons, in Fear, they don't have much in the way of weapons. You don't have Rick running around with a Colt. You don't have Daryl running around with his signature crossbow. You don't have Michonne with her katana just slicing up zombies here and there. So it's definitely a different series, and I can see why some people really don't like it. Because very simply, if they don't like this type of storytelling, if they don't like drama, TV series, then they probably won't like Fear. Yeah, probably not, because it's quite a bit different from The Walking Dead. It's still supposed to be in the same universe, but it's got a different feel to the show as well, too. You have different showrunners, you have different people involved, you have a different cast, different country now with Mexico. It's a lot different from the original Walking Dead, and I'm okay with that. I do like that. I'd like to see maybe a little bit more action, as you can never go wrong with action as far as I'm concerned, unless it's, well, there's a few instances where there's too much action in certain things. Some movies and stuff take it overboard if it's action all the way through. But I agree with you. I feel like maybe the guts trick is being overused a little bit, and they should probably in season 3 draw back on the guts trick, show its weaknesses, have some zombies sniff out the air and go after Nick or somebody if they're not totally drenched, and then, give our character some signature weapons. You're right, nobody really has a Colt or a crossbow or a machete like we do have in The Walking Dead, and I'd like to see Madison maybe get something. Alicia could have her knife, that's cool. Strand maybe something, I don't know, Travis, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a drama-based series for sure, which I'm not complaining about, but anybody who wants to test me on that, that's my explanation for why I think it is. Hunter's question about the weapons, he's absolutely right. And we should see more of that as the seasons go on. However, it's probably Dave Erickson and kind of his style of how he likes to do TV series, that's kind of what it is. That's kind of how he likes to do it. So, yeah, but I definitely agree with you. There should be more weapons, and there should be some more zombie killing, some more action, that kind of deal, and not so much of the guts, just in and out easy type of deal. It shouldn't be that easy to traverse the zombie apocalypse, I think. Even though Mexico is a different animal than the U.S., we should agree to that, for sure. Swagmaster 2000 says, what the heck happened to Chris, Trev? At the end, he isn't with the bros at the hotel. You're right, in the promo he's not, and I said this in my predictions video as well too. I have no idea where he is. We know that Travis is slamming the glass, yelling for Chris. Has he got himself in trouble? Has that group tried to kind of take over the hotel and failed or something, and had been overwhelmed by all the Mexican people there who were at the gates and the refugees, so to speak, and taken them? What's going on there? It's definitely a tricky question, and we'll see what Travis does once he's in the higher position and he has the whole group with Madison to his disposal, and what happens with that. I'm thinking it might be a bit chaotic, and they might squeak through somehow with Chris possibly being killed in the episode 15, the total finale. I still think there's going to be a confrontation between Alicia and Chris, though, somewhere, though. Maybe at the end of the promo with the lights, maybe that's Chris. We'll see. So, but I think so, absolutely. Swagmaster 2000 also asked, hey Trev, where do you want the Fear the Walking Dead group to go after Mexico? Possibly back to the United States to go after Ophelia as a big Season 3 first half story. By the way, Season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead and onwards will be 16 episodes, making it 32 weeks a year with new zombie content in the Walking Dead universe. Thoughts? I mean, it's great news that we're getting that much. 32 weeks a year, we get new Walking Dead, shows on AMC. I love it. AMC is my favorite network right now. HBO is probably second. And, I just really love what they're doing with Fear. I appreciate, that's the thing. Like, I just really appreciate that we're getting more and that they didn't just stick with the original series. And that also, as they've announced in the news with the whole Star Trek comparison, if the original Walking Dead is to end, AMC is prepared to go forward with something else, whether people like it, whether they hate it, whether they think it's boring, whatever. If they think there should be more action, it's too drama-based, whatever, or it's just they just don't like it. At least they're trying, right? At least they're going forward with it. Whereas, for example, we have HBO ending Game of Thrones, and so far as we know, are not producing anything related to the series. It's finished, it's done, blank slate, that's it. I would rather get something than nothing, even if it's not nearly as good as the original, which a lot of people feel that Fear isn't. Of course, I like the original better, but I still like Fear a lot too. I don't think it's horrible or terrible or useless or anything. I think it's actually pretty good, and I have it. I'll be buying season 2 on Blu-ray as well for sure, or DVD myself. And the last one will be from Actually, yeah, East Coast Jordan. We'll make this last one. He says, do you think the show is too far ahead for the timeline of the apocalypse? Example, the Guts Trick communities, what they look like, what it looks like between maybe a battle between two communities, or what it is to be expected for the location being in Mexico. You're right. I agree with you, East Coast Jordan. You know, because this show is coming out after The Walking Dead, of course, they know that we as the viewers know all of these things already. So they're probably trying not to bore us too much with having that initial kind of slow zombie apocalypse survival. You know, seeing characters kill one zombie one-on-one is not that big of a deal anymore, like it may have been in the Walking Dead original series at the beginning. So things are quite a bit different for them and how they're doing it. And I do agree with you, maybe they are a little bit too far ahead than they should be. The Guts Trick is a little bit too, maybe it's fine for Nick, I think, to have his thing with it. Maybe Luciana too, sure. But you shouldn't have everybody using it. You shouldn't have everybody feel comfortable with it, and that's the way I think. It's overused. In terms of the communities, I do think the Colonia looks, as a structure, is probably bigger than it should be, but there's a lot of characters there. So if they have a big group, they could probably build it pretty quickly if they had to seal it off and do something in terms of building and to protect themselves. And then if the zombies can't get in, they'll eventually will move in other directions, right? So I guess it's not impossible, but you are right, and I do agree with you that it's kind of going at a faster evolutionary zombie apocalypse pace than the original series by nature of what it is and the fact that the initial series exists. For us viewers, I think. So, yeah, you're right. I agree with you. And that'll be it for today's Q&A, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, please don't forget to thumb it up below. Send me the rest of your questions leading up to the finale for Fear Season 2. Can't wait for the double finale this Sunday night. It's going to be awesome. And if you're new to the channel and you want to subscribe, bottom left to go ahead and subscribe. That's it for this one today. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another Walking Dead video. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.